It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Seneca. What if I told you that the secret to instantly becoming more attractive isn't about changing your looks, your style, or even your social status? What if it lies in mastering just 3 simple Stoic responses, mindset shifts that transform how people see you, how you carry yourself, and how you handle life's chaos? Imagine walking into any room with calm confidence, unshaken by drama or rejection, radiating an irresistible strength that draws others in naturally. This isn't some magic trick. It's ancient wisdom that has helped the greatest minds in history become magnetic, respected, and truly attractive. In this video, you'll discover 3 powerful Stoic responses that you can start using today to elevate your presence, boost your inner confidence, and unlock an effortless charm that captivates anyone around you. Make sure to watch till the very end, because these aren't just ideas to ponder. They are actionable tools you can apply immediately for maximum impact in your life and relationships. Ready to level up your attractiveness from the inside out? Let's dive in. Number 1. Respond calmly to criticism. Criticism, everyone faces it, yet how you respond to it can completely transform how others see you. Imagine if instead of flinching, getting defensive, or trying to prove yourself, you met criticism with calm and clarity. That kind of response doesn't just show strength, it radiates a magnetic confidence that people find genuinely attractive. Why? Because it tells the world you're in control of yourself, not ruled by fleeting emotions or the judgments of others. The Stoics knew this well. Reminded us, choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. Your power lies in your reaction, not in what is said to you. You need to understand that criticism, no matter how harsh or unfair it may seem, is just information. How you handle it is a choice. When you respond calmly, you show a mastery over your emotions. You become like a rock in a storm, steady, unshaken, and unbothered. This steadiness commands respect far more than anger or excuses ever could. When you stay composed, you signal maturity and self-respect, qualities that naturally draw people toward you. But being calm doesn't mean you ignore criticism or accept it blindly. It means you listen carefully, sift through the noise, and decide what's worth your attention. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So pause before responding, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is there truth here? Can I learn from this? If yes, absorb it silently and use it to improve. If not, let it roll off you like water on a duck back. The choice is yours, and choosing calm empowers you. Here, where the transformation really begins, you shift from being reactive to being proactive in your mindset. Instead of feeling attacked, you see criticism as an opportunity to grow. That shift changes everything. When people see you embracing feedback without drama or defensiveness, they feel safer around you. They recognize that you're not easily rattled. This makes you more trustworthy, more approachable, and yes, more attractive. Now, how do you train yourself to respond this way? Start by practicing mindfulness in everyday moments. Notice when you feel the sting of criticism, not just the big moments, but small ones too. Instead of reacting instantly, pause, breathe. Remind yourself that your worth is not defined by someone else's opinion. This simple habit rewires your brain for calmness. Another powerful exercise is journaling. When you experience criticism, write down your initial reaction and then rewrite it with a calm, measured response. This builds mental muscle and prepares you to stay composed in real life. Over time, you'll notice that what once felt like an emotional blow becomes just another piece of information to handle gracefully. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. You're not aiming to never feel hurt or frustrated. That's impossible. The goal is to build resilience so that those feelings don't control you. You're mastering your inner world, and that mastery is what makes you truly magnetic. It's the quiet confidence that says, "I am enough, no matter what you say." So next time criticism comes your way, don't rush to defend or dismiss it. Instead, meet it with calm curiosity and strength. Watch how this simple shift changes the energy around you. You'll notice people are drawn to your poise and presence. They see someone who isn't just reacting to the world but commanding it from within. That's the essence of the Stoic mindset, and it's a power that instantly makes you more attractive. Number 2, embrace challenges without complaint. Look, life isn't going to hand you smooth sailing all the time. Challenges, setbacks, obstacles, they come knocking on your door whether you like it or not. Now, here's the truth that many miss. How you respond to those challenges is what truly defines you. The Stoics nailed this centuries ago when they taught us to embrace hardships without complaint, to meet adversity with calm strength rather than grumbling or frustration. When you start adopting this mindset, you instantly become more attractive, not just to others but to yourself. Why? Because there's something magnetic about someone who can face difficulties head-on, with steady eyes and an unshaken spirit. Put it simply, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This isn't just poetic, it's a call to action. Instead of wishing problems away or whining about them, lean into the discomfort. See challenges not as roadblocks but as opportunities to grow, to learn, to prove your resilience. When you stop complaining, you take back control. Complaining is easy, but it's a sign of surrender. And surrender, that's unattractive. Strength, on the other hand. Strength draws people in because it promises stability, confidence, and calm in chaos. So how do you start? First, catch yourself the next time you're about to grumble about a tough situation. Notice the urge to complain and pause. Ask yourself, is this going to help me? Is this going to move me forward? Chances are it won't. Then shift your focus from the problem itself to what you can control, the actions you can take, the mindset you can cultivate. This simple mental pivot is the heart of Stoic resilience. Here's a practical exercise for you. Each day when you face something difficult, whether it's a frustrating task, a challenging conversation, or an unexpected setback, pause and breathe. Instead of reacting with negativity, remind yourself of Epictetus's wisdom. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Write that down somewhere visible if you need to. Use it as your anchor. This isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about owning your response and choosing strength. Next, practice gratitude for challenges. Yes, it sounds counterintuitive, but challenges are the gym for your character. They build endurance, patience, and courage. When you start seeing them as gifts in disguise, you'll find yourself naturally less likely to complain. Your energy will shift from resistance to acceptance, and then to proactive problem solving. This transformation is incredibly attractive because it signals emotional maturity and inner power. Remember, embracing challenges without complaint is a muscle you have to train. It won't happen overnight, but every time you choose calm over complaint, you're rewiring your brain for resilience. People notice that. They sense when you carry yourself with quiet strength, when you don't crumble under pressure but instead stand tall. That presence alone can captivate and inspire. So take this to heart. Stop wasting energy on complaints. Redirect that energy toward embracing your challenges. Own them. Use them as stepping stones instead of stumbling blocks. The Stoics mastered this for a reason, and you can too. Start today, right now, by welcoming your obstacles as invitations to grow. The more you do, the more attractive you become, not just to others, but most importantly, to the person staring back at you in the mirror. Number 3, focus on what you can control. Here's a truth that's both simple and revolutionary. Focusing on what you can control instantly elevates how attractive you appear to others. When you live caught up in things outside your influence, worrying about opinions, outcomes, or circumstances, You give away your power and people sense that. But when you master the art of concentrating only on what's within your grasp, a quiet confidence emerges. This is magnetic. It's the kind of strength that doesn't shout or demand attention, but naturally draws people in, because it's rooted in authenticity and peace. Captured this perfectly when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." You see, attraction isn't just about looks or charm. It's about how you carry yourself in the face of life's chaos. When you stop wasting energy on things beyond your control, you become grounded. You stop reacting impulsively to every twist and turn, and instead, you respond with calm clarity. This steadiness is attractive because it signals emotional maturity and self-mastery, qualities everyone respects, even if they don't always articulate it. So how do you make this shift in your daily life? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to where you're spending your mental energy. Are you obsessing over how someone else perceives you? Are you stressed about situations that you can't change? When you catch yourself slipping into these patterns, pause and ask, is this within my control? If the answer is no, consciously let it go. Imagine you're dropping a heavy burden you've been carrying unnecessarily. This act of releasing isn't passive resignation. It's an active choice to redirect your focus toward your actions, thoughts, and attitudes, things you can influence directly. Try this practical exercise. Each morning, identify 3 things you can control that day. It might be how you respond to a challenge, the effort you put into your work, or how kindly you treat others. Keep these in your mind as anchors, especially when distractions or stress arise. This keeps your attention sharp and your emotional energy intact. Over time, this practice rewires your thinking, helping you to develop that enviable calm and confidence that others pick up on instinctively. Epictetus reminds us, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. That's a powerful mantra to carry throughout your day. When you embody this mindset, you no longer chase validation or approval because you're already aligned with what matters, the quality of your own character and actions. People sense this alignment. It's magnetic because it's genuine, not forced. Now, let me urge you to apply this immediately. Next time you find yourself tangled in frustration over something outside your control, step back and recenter. Breathe deeply and remind yourself, your peace and your power come from focusing inward, not outward. This mindset shift alone will transform not only how others see you, but how you see yourself. In a world obsessed with external achievements and appearances, the quiet strength of controlling your mind is a rare gem. When you claim it, you don't just become more attractive, you become unforgettable. So start today. Focus fiercely on what you can control, release what you can't, and watch your presence grow. This is more than Stoic wisdom. It's a daily practice that changes everything. And there you have it, 3 powerful Stoic responses that not only elevate your mindset but also make you genuinely more attractive in any situation. Remember, attraction isn't about pretending to be someone else. It's about embodying calm confidence, emotional control, and authenticity. As said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. If you start applying these Stoic principles today, you'll notice people naturally drawn to your grounded energy and unshakable presence. So don't just watch this video. Take action, practice these responses, and watch your attractiveness soar. If you found value in this, hit that like button, subscribe for more timeless wisdom, and share your favorite Stoic response in the comments below. I'd love to hear how these mindset shifts impact your life. Until next time, stay strong, stay grounded, and keep mastering the art of attraction with Stoicism. He who is brave is free. Seneca. What if I told you that some of the things holding you back from becoming the best version of yourself aren't external challenges, but habits and mindsets you might not even realize you're clinging to. Whether it's getting caught up in needless drama, overthinking every decision, or chasing validation from others, these subtle traps quietly chip away at your confidence and peace of mind every day. But here's the good news. By stopping just a few of these common behaviors, you can unlock a new level of calm, strength, and clarity, exactly what the Stoics taught centuries ago. This isn't just philosophy, it's practical advice for grown men who want to lead with purpose and resilience in a chaotic world. In this video, I'm breaking down the 3 things grown men should stop doing right now. Habits that keep you stuck in frustration and prevent you from truly owning your life. Stick with me till the very end, because the last point is the game changer that most people overlook, and it could transform how you approach every challenge from here on out. Ready to break free from what's holding you back? Let's dive in. Number 1, seeking constant external validation. Let's talk about something that quietly eats away at your confidence and freedom: seeking constant external validation. It's a trap, and it's more common than you might think. Even grown men fall into it without realizing how damaging it is. You might find yourself constantly looking for approval from others, needing their thumbs up, their likes, their nods to feel okay about yourself. But here's the hard truth. When you depend on others to define your worth, you hand over the keys to your happiness and self-respect. You become a prisoner to opinions that you cannot control, and that's exhausting. The Stoics have been whispering to us across centuries, warning about this very thing. Epictetus said, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and you will go on well." It's a reminder that you can't control what others think or say, but you can control how you respond and, most importantly, how you value yourself. Your worth is not something to be negotiated or debated in social circles. It's rooted deep within you, untouched by praise or criticism. If you catch yourself scrolling through social media, refreshing for likes, or hesitating to speak up because you're scared of judgment, it's time to pause. This cycle of needing validation creates a hollow echo chamber where your self-esteem bounces off everyone else's opinions instead of growing from your own inner strength. Imagine how freeing it would feel to stop that cycle, to stop measuring yourself by the yardstick of others, and start building your own metric based on integrity, purpose, and values. Here, where the work begins. Start by questioning every time you seek approval. Ask yourself, am I doing this because it aligns with who I want to be, or because I want someone to tell me I'm okay? Awareness is the first step toward change. Practice standing in your own judgment. This doesn't mean you stop learning or growing. Far from it. It means you stop letting others' approval become the fuel for your confidence. Instead, develop a mindset where your actions come from your own principles, not from the applause of the crowd. Another practical way to break free is by embracing discomfort. Stoicism teaches us that growth often comes through challenges and discomfort. When you feel the urge to seek validation, sit with it. Don't run away. Lean into that moment of vulnerability and ask yourself what you're really afraid of. Often, it's fear of rejection or not being enough. But guess what? Those fears lose power the more you confront them. Slowly, you'll find that your own opinion about yourself weighs more than anyone else. Try this exercise. For one whole day, commit to not asking for anyone's approval on anything, big or small. No fishing for compliments, no second-guessing your choices based on what others might think. Notice how it feels. Notice the freedom in making decisions without the burden of needing external validation. It might feel uncomfortable at first. That's natural, but that discomfort is where your real strength is built. Remember, the true measure of a grown man is not how loudly he is applauded, but how firmly he stands when no one is clapping. The Stoics teach that peace comes from within, from mastering your mind and refusing to let external things disturb your inner calm. You don't need a crowd to affirm your value. It's already there, waiting for you to claim it. So start today. Stop chasing approval. Start standing tall in your own truth. You'll be amazed at the power that comes when you no longer seek the world's permission to be yourself. Number 2, suppressing emotions instead of understanding them. Here's the truth you need to hear. Suppressing your emotions doesn't make you stronger. It only buries the real power you have to understand and grow from them. So many grown men carry this old idea that showing or even feeling emotions is a weakness, something to hide or shove down deep where no one can see. But what you're actually doing when you suppress those feelings is cutting yourself off from a vital part of your humanity. You're building walls around your mind and heart that keep you stuck, confused, and less in control. The Stoics knew this well. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." But to react wisely, you first have to recognize what's really going on inside you, not pretend it isn't there. You've got to stop running from your emotions. Instead, invite them in. Sit with them, name them, and learn their language. That anger, frustration, sadness, or anxiety isn't your enemy, it's a message. It's the mind's way of telling you something important about what you value, what you need, or what's out of balance. When you ignore or bury those signals, you lose a chance to grow. Imagine trying to steer a ship while ignoring warning signs flashing all over the dashboard. You wouldn't do that, right? Yet that's exactly what happens when you suppress emotions. You steer blindly, reacting late or too harshly, often regretting it. Here, where your power lies, you can train yourself to observe your emotions without getting swept away by them. This is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. Start by checking in with yourself several times a day. Ask, "What am I feeling right now?" Don't judge the answer, just notice it. Maybe you feel tense, restless, or sad. That's okay. You're not weak for feeling this way, you're human. Said, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this, you have the power to revoke at any moment. You can change your relationship with your emotions by changing how you see them, not as enemies to fight, but as teachers to learn from. A practical exercise is to write down your feelings regularly. It doesn't have to be fancy or long, just a few honest lines. Writing helps you slow down and understand what's bubbling beneath the surface. Over time, you'll start to see patterns. You might notice triggers that consistently spark anger or anxiety. This awareness is gold because it gives you a chance to prepare, to respond rather than react. When you catch yourself starting to suppress, pause, breathe deeply. Remind yourself that feeling something isn't failure. It's an opportunity to take control and act with clarity. Think of this like tuning a musical instrument. If the strings are out of tune, the music sounds off. Emotions that are ignored or suppressed create noise in your mind, clouding your judgment and draining your energy. When you take the time to tune in, the noise fades, and you find a clear, steady rhythm to live by. It might feel uncomfortable at first. That's normal. Growth always demands discomfort, but I promise you this, the more you face your emotions honestly, the stronger and freer you become. You don't have to be perfect at this. The goal isn't to be emotionless or always in control. The goal is to be aware, to respond with wisdom, and to carry yourself with the calm strength that comes from truly knowing yourself. So stop hiding. Stop pushing your feelings into a dark corner. Start inviting them in like an old friend who has important things to say. You are not at the mercy of your emotions. You are the master of how you understand and use them. Take this practice seriously, make it part of your daily routine, and watch how your life changes. You'll move through challenges with more grace, make clearer decisions, and live with a deep, quiet confidence that no one can take away. That's what it means to be a grown man in the Stoic way. Number 3, reacting impulsively instead of practicing patience. You need to stop reacting impulsively. I mean really stop. It's one of those habits that sneaks into your life and wrecks your peace before you even notice. Every time something triggers you, whether it's a sharp comment, a frustrating situation, or just the daily grind, you feel that rush of heat, that urge to snap back or act immediately without thinking. But here's the truth. Impulsive reactions are the enemy of a grown man's calm, the thief of clarity and strength. The Stoics have been shouting this wisdom for centuries, and it's time you listen. Seneca said it plainly, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity with patience." Patience is not just a virtue, it's a weapon against chaos. You see, reacting impulsively is like letting a wild storm control your ship. The waves toss you around and you lose your direction. But when you practice patience, you grab the wheel, steady your course, and navigate through the storm with control. It's a mindset shift, but more importantly, it's a habit you build with intention. So how do you get there? First, you have to catch yourself in the act. The next time you feel that surge of irritation or anger, pause. Just pause. It doesn't have to be long, maybe just a breath or two, but that moment of space is everything. That's your chance to decide. Will I react like a wild animal, or will I respond like a man who owns his power? Remember who reminded himself to be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. Imagine being that cliff. No matter what hits you, you don't crumble, you don't lash out. You absorb, you stand firm. You're not a reactor, you're a responder. This isn't about bottling up feelings or pretending everything's fine. It's about mastering your inner world so you can choose how to act rather than being driven by every passing emotion. Let's get practical. Here's a simple exercise to make this real for you. When you feel yourself about to react impulsively, stop and count to 10. Sounds basic, right? But that pause creates distance from the immediate reaction. It's a small space that gives your mind time to engage, to remember that your actions are yours to control. Over time, stretch that pause to 15-20 seconds. Use that time to take a few deep breaths, focus on your heartbeat, or repeat a Stoic phrase like, "This too shall pass." These little rituals anchor you back to patience. You also need to train your mind daily to expect challenges without panic. Stoicism isn't about escaping problems, it's about meeting them head-on with steady calm. Every day, remind yourself that frustrations are part of life's fabric. When you anticipate this, your reactions won't surprise you or catch you off guard. Instead, you'll be ready, calm, and composed. You'll face the heat without burning up. There's power in this. When you stop reacting impulsively, you regain control over your time, your relationships, and your energy. You're no longer a slave to every irritation or setback. You become the man who thinks before he acts, who weighs his words, who chooses peace over chaos. And this makes you stronger. It makes you respected. It makes you a beacon of steadiness in a world of noise. So start today. Catch that impulse. Breathe. Pause, choose patience. Build this habit with fierce commitment. You owe it to yourself to be that unshakable presence. As Epictetus said, no great thing is created suddenly. Patience is the soil where greatness grows. Stop reacting like it's a race and start living like you own the finish line. Because you do. Thanks for watching, and remember, growth begins the moment you decide to let go of what's holding you back. By stopping these 3 habits, you're not just becoming a better man, you're embracing the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to live with purpose, strength, and calm. If this video struck a chord, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights that help you master yourself every day. Drop a comment below. What's one thing you are committed to stopping today? Until next time, keep growing, keep striving, and stay stoic. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Seneca. What if I told you that the secret to becoming irresistibly attractive as you age isn't about chasing youth or flashy trends, but about mastering just a few timeless traits that can elevate your presence and confidence every single day? Sounds intriguing, right? In this video, we're diving deep into 3 things that always make older men look better, inspired by the powerful philosophy of Stoicism. These aren't your typical grooming tips or style hacks. These are qualities rooted in mindset, character, and subtle behavior that radiate true strength and magnetic charm. Whether you're just starting to notice the signs of aging or already embracing your seasoned self, these insights will shift your perspective and upgrade how the world sees you. So stick around till the very end, because the last trait is a game changer that most people overlook but can transform your entire aura. Ready to unlock the kind of confidence and allure that only grows stronger with time? Let's get started. Number 1. Practicing emotional resilience and calmness. There's a certain power in staying calm when the world around you feels chaotic. It's not about pretending everything's fine or bottling up your emotions. It's about mastering your inner world so that no matter what storms rage outside, you remain steady, unshaken. This kind of emotional resilience and calmness is like an invisible aura that makes older men stand out, not just in how they look, but in how they carry themselves. And you know what? It's something you can build starting today. It's not a mysterious gift reserved for a lucky few. It's a skill, a habit, and a mindset that you can cultivate with practice. Imagine the power of waking up each day knowing that no matter what challenges come your way, you have the ability to face them without losing your cool. That's emotional resilience. It's the art of taking a deep breath when things get tough, stepping back for a moment and choosing your response instead of reacting impulsively. One of the great Stoic philosophers reminded us that you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. This isn't just philosophical talk, it's a call to action. You have control over your thoughts, your feelings, your reactions. You just need to claim it. So how do you start building this calmness? First, practice awareness. Pay attention to your emotions as they arise without judging them. When irritation, frustration, or anxiety start creeping in, pause and ask yourself, is this thought helping me? Is this feeling guiding me toward a better choice? Often, you'll find that many of the emotions pulling you off balance are fueled by stories you tell yourself, stories about what should or shouldn't be happening. The Stoics taught that it's not events themselves, but our judgments about them that disturb us. You can begin to question those judgments. This simple shift can transform how you experience stress. Next, try this exercise. When you feel overwhelmed or caught up in a negative emotion, stop and take 3 deep, slow breaths. Focus all your attention on the sensation of breathing. Inhale fully, exhale completely, repeat. This small practice helps interrupt the cycle of emotional reactivity and brings you back to the present moment, where you have the power to choose calm over chaos. Over time, this becomes a habit, a reset button for your mind and heart. Another powerful habit is to remind yourself daily that discomfort, frustration, and uncertainty are part of life. Instead of fighting these feelings, invite them in as teachers. Epictetus said, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." Each challenge you face is an opportunity to flex your resilience muscles. When you face discomfort with acceptance instead of resistance, you not only feel calmer but also grow stronger. It's like training for emotional endurance. Now you might be wondering, but I'm only human. How can I always stay calm? Here's the truth, it's not about perfection. You won't always get it right. The goal is progress, not perfection. When you slip up, when emotions get the better of you, don't beat yourself up. Reflect on what triggered you, what you could do differently next time, and then let it go. The Stoics remind us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we'd offer a friend. Finally, cultivate a mindset of gratitude for your own growth. Celebrate the small wins, those moments when you paused instead of snapped, when you chose patience over frustration. Write them down. Acknowledge that every step toward emotional resilience is a step toward a more attractive, grounded, and powerful you. Remember, calmness isn't just a state of mind, it's a way of being that transforms how others see you. When you practice emotional resilience, you radiate strength, wisdom, and stability. People are drawn to that. It makes you look better, feel better, and live better. So start now. Claim your power over your mind. Breathe deeply. Embrace discomfort, reflect gently, and watch how this practice changes everything. You have what it takes. The calm, resilient man you want to be is already within you, waiting to step forward. Number 2, embracing simplicity and self-discipline. There's a kind of quiet power that comes with embracing simplicity and practicing self-discipline, a power that instantly elevates how you carry yourself and how the world sees you. When you strip away the noise, the unnecessary clutter, and the constant chase for more, you begin to reveal something far more attractive: clarity, purpose, and strength. This isn't about deprivation or rigid rules. It's about making deliberate choices that free you, not bind you. When you choose simplicity, you reclaim your time, your focus, and your energy. And self-discipline, that's the tool that turns intention into reality. It's what makes you stand taller, walk steadier, and live with a quiet confidence that doesn't need to shout. Stoicism teaches us this deeply. Reminded us, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Think about that for a moment. The key to looking and feeling better isn't about accumulating possessions or chasing endless desires. It's about how you manage your mind, your habits, and your daily choices. When you embrace simplicity, you start to cut through the distractions. You stop being pulled in every direction by fleeting wants or social pressures. You begin focusing on what truly matters: your values, your health, your growth. That focus alone makes you more magnetic because people sense when someone is grounded and intentional. Now, self-discipline might sound like a hard word, something restrictive or unpleasant, but it's actually a form of freedom. When you discipline yourself, you're not denying pleasure. You're choosing long-term satisfaction over short-term gratification. Epictetus put it perfectly: no man is free who is not master of himself. Imagine how that feels, to be the master of your own time, your impulses, your reactions. That mastery shows. It's in how you carry yourself, in the calm decision-making, and in the fact that you don't get swept away by every whim or distraction. Self-discipline sharpens your focus and fuels your progress, and that's incredibly attractive because it shows you're committed, not just to your goals, but to living deliberately. So how do you start building this simplicity and discipline today? Start small. Look around and identify one area where you can simplify: your daily routine, your wardrobe, your digital life. Maybe it's deciding to reduce the time you spend scrolling endlessly on your phone or cutting out foods that drain your energy. Ask yourself, what can I let go of that isn't serving me? You don't have to overhaul everything overnight. Progress is what counts. And here's a simple exercise. Each morning, write down the 3 most important things you want to focus on for the day. Then, commit to giving those your full attention. Say no to distractions and yes to what truly matters. Alongside that, build small moments of discipline. It could be as simple as making your bed every morning or setting a timer to focus on a task without interruption. These tiny wins build momentum. They teach your mind that you're serious about your commitments. Over time, you'll notice how this spills over into bigger areas of your life: your work, your relationships, your health. And with each step, you embody more of that stoic calm and strength. Remember, Seneca said, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." Discipline helps you set that course and keep steering steadily, no matter the storms. By embracing simplicity and cultivating self-discipline, you're not just improving how you look on the outside, you're transforming how you feel on the inside. You're creating space for clarity, peace, and purpose. You're becoming a man who doesn't need to prove anything because his presence already speaks volumes. So, start today. Simplify what no longer serves you. Build the habits that keep you grounded. Live intentionally. This is where true attractiveness begins, inside your mind, in your actions, and in your quiet strength. And trust me, once you start living this way, others will notice. Because nothing is more attractive than a man who knows himself and walks his path with steady, disciplined grace. Number 3, demonstrating wisdom through thoughtful actions. There's a certain kind of allure that comes from showing wisdom, not just talking about it, but living it through the choices you make every single day. Wisdom isn't something flashy or loud. It's quiet, steady, and it reveals itself in the way you act, how you listen, respond, and carry yourself when life throws its curveballs. When you demonstrate wisdom through thoughtful actions, you don't just look better on the outside. You become better in a way that others can see and feel. It's a magnetic energy that pulls people in, a reflection of the depth and calm that comes with age and experience. You might wonder, how do you show wisdom in a world that's noisy, fast, and often superficial? The Stoics give us a clear answer. Seneca said, "Wisdom is the only thing which can make a man happy." But it's not just about knowing what's right. It's about doing what's right, even when it's hard, even when no one's watching. Wisdom is in your actions. It's in pausing before you speak, choosing your words with care. It's in how you treat others, with kindness, respect, and patience. It's in the way you handle conflict, not by escalating, but by seeking understanding. This is the kind of wisdom that doesn't just aid you, it elevates you. Here, where you can start, before you react to anything, slow down, take a breath, think. This simple habit alone can shift your entire approach. You don't have to respond immediately or with emotion. Practice asking yourself, what's the most thoughtful thing I can do here? This question is a powerful tool, like a compass guiding your actions towards wisdom. The more you use it, the more natural it becomes. And slowly, you'll notice people start to respect not just what you say, but how you say it, and more importantly, how you act. You have to realize that wisdom isn't about perfection or never making mistakes. It's about learning from those mistakes and choosing a better path next time. The great Stoic, Epictetus, reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you embody that mindset, you're no longer controlled by frustration, anger, or impulse. Instead, you respond with calm, clarity, and purpose. This makes you stand out. It makes you look better, not because you're flawless, but because you're steady and thoughtful. Try this exercise. When something challenging happens today, instead of reacting right away, pause. Reflect on what your response says about who you are. Would acting with patience or kindness show wisdom? If yes, then choose that path. It might feel awkward at first, but with time, these small decisions add up. They become your habit, your signature. And that's the real charm of wisdom. Those thoughtful actions speak louder than words ever could. Another thing to remember is humility. Wisdom shines when it's humble. The world often mistakes loud confidence for wisdom, but the true wise person knows how much they still don't know. Said, do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. This means paying attention, being present, and embracing each moment as an opportunity to learn and grow. When you approach life like this, your actions naturally become more intentional and wise. You can start by listening more. Really listen, not just to reply, but to understand. Listening is a powerful act of wisdom because it shows respect for others and opens your mind to new perspectives. It slows down the chaos and invites clarity. Next time you're in a conversation, practice this. Let go of the urge to dominate or fix the situation. Instead, be present. Watch how it changes not only the dynamic but how people respond to you. Remember, demonstrating wisdom through thoughtful actions is a practice, one you can develop day by day. It's not about becoming a perfect Stoic overnight. It's about making small, meaningful choices that align with your values and reflect your experience. These choices build a quiet power that others notice immediately. They make you look better, feel better, and live better. So start now. Slow down, reflect before you act. Choose kindness, patience, and humility. Listen deeply. With every thoughtful action, you're not just aging, you're becoming the man who carries wisdom effortlessly, and that is truly timeless. And there you have it, 3 timeless principles that don't just make older men look better, but help them become better. Remember, true style and confidence come from within, rooted in wisdom, humility, and self-mastery. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss more insights that empower you to age with grace and strength. What's one thing you're going to start practicing today? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep growing, keep evolving, and keep embodying the Stoic spirit. Stay strong. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. What if I told you that the way some older men come across isn't just awkward? It can actually push women away without them even realizing why. It's a harsh truth, but understanding it can change everything about how you connect and communicate. In this video, we're diving into 3 things that make older men seem creepy to women, not to shame, but to empower you. These subtle behaviors often go unnoticed by men but are crystal clear signals to women, impacting respect, attraction, and trust. Stoicism teaches us to be mindful of our actions and perceptions, and here, that ancient wisdom meets modern reality. If you've ever wondered why, despite good intentions, some interactions just feel off or uncomfortable, this video is your key to unlocking that mystery. Stick around till the very end because the last point is a game changer. Understanding it could transform how you're perceived and open doors to deeper, genuine connections. Don't miss out. Your journey to being a more confident, respected man starts right here. Let's get into it. Number 1, overstepping personal boundaries and being overly persistent. You know, one of the quickest ways to put someone off, especially women, is by ignoring their personal space and pushing too hard when it's clear that the interest isn't mutual. It's easy to fall into this trap, thinking that persistence equals passion, or that if you just keep showing up or messaging, eventually you'll get the response you want. But here's the hard truth. That kind of behavior doesn't show strength or confidence. It screams insecurity and a lack of respect. And respect, that's the foundation of every meaningful connection. Now it might feel uncomfortable to hear this. Maybe you think, but I'm just trying to be genuine, I don't want to miss a chance. I get it. Wanting to connect is natural. But here's the thing, true strength, the kind that draws people in, comes from understanding and honoring boundaries. Reminded us, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. That means recognizing when your actions don't align with respect and stepping back, even if it stings a little. You have to learn to read the signs, not as obstacles, but as signals guiding you toward healthier interactions. When someone pulls away, gives short answers, or seems distracted, it's not a challenge to overcome with more messages or calls. It's a clear boundary being set. Ignoring those boundaries doesn't make you persistent, it makes you pushy. And pushiness is one of the fastest ways to seem creepy. It creates discomfort, not connection. Imagine this. Instead of chasing or pressing, you take a breath. You remind yourself that your value isn't dependent on their response. That kind of mindset shift is powerful. You start operating from a place of self-respect and calm confidence rather than desperation or anxiety. You give people room to decide if they want to engage with you. And guess what? That space often creates curiosity and genuine interest. When you're not clutching too tightly, Your presence becomes inviting instead of overwhelming. This change doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice and self-awareness. A simple exercise is to pause before you send that next message or make that next call. Ask yourself, am I respecting their space? Am I responding to their comfort or my own fears? If you sense you're pushing, pull back. This isn't a game of winning or losing. It's about building trust and showing maturity. Another practice that will transform how you approach these situations is journaling. Write down moments where you felt the urge to push harder. Explore why you felt that way. Were you afraid of rejection? Lonely? Identifying these feelings helps you see them clearly instead of letting them drive your actions unconsciously. The Stoics teach us that self-awareness is the beginning of true control. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Know yourself, then act accordingly. Respecting boundaries also means understanding that no is not a negotiation. It's a statement. Women don't owe you explanations, and your job is to honor their words. That might mean walking away or simply stepping back with grace. This is hard, I know, but it's the mark of real strength, strength that doesn't need to force or manipulate, but stands tall with integrity. If you can master this, you'll notice a profound difference not only in how women perceive you, but in how you feel about yourself. You'll carry a calm, unshakable confidence that says, "I'm good enough just as I am." That kind of confidence is magnetic. It's the quiet power that attracts rather than repels. So start today. The next time you feel the urge to push past a boundary, pause, breathe. Remind yourself that respecting others' space is the ultimate sign of strength, not weakness. Practice this daily. Reflect on your progress. It's not just about avoiding creepiness, it's about becoming a better man. A man who knows his worth, respects others, and creates connections based on mutual understanding. In the words of Seneca, "He who is brave is free." Freedom starts when you free yourself from the need to control others' responses. Trust that when you act from respect and patience, the right connections will come. You don't have to force anything. You just have to be ready, steady, and respectful. Number 2, displaying desperation or neediness instead of confidence. You might not realize it, but one of the quickest ways to push people away, especially women, is to come across as desperate or needy. It's subtle, but it's powerful. It's like a warning flag that you're not secure in yourself, that you're looking for approval or validation to fill some kind of emptiness inside. And here's the catch: desperation smells. It doesn't matter how well-intentioned you are or how kind your heart is. When you show neediness instead of confidence, it sets off alarms because it feels unbalanced. Confidence, on the other hand, is magnetic. It says, "I'm complete on my own. I'm not looking for someone else to fix me." That's a powerful, attractive message. The Stoics would tell you this is about where you put your value. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." What that means is you can't tie your self-worth or your happiness to someone else's approval or attention. If you do, you'll find yourself endlessly chasing, always wanting, never satisfied. Instead, you must build your inner fortress. You must learn to stand tall on your own 2 feet, no matter what. That's what real confidence looks like. So how do you shift from neediness to genuine confidence? It starts with your mindset. You need to catch yourself every time you start feeling like you need someone else to validate you. Maybe you find yourself texting someone too much or trying to impress more than just being yourself. Stop right there. Ask yourself, am I acting from a place of strength or from a place of lack? This simple question helps you get honest with yourself, because you can only be magnetic when you're whole. Another powerful Stoic reminder comes from Epictetus. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Why does this matter? Because confidence doesn't mean you have to be perfect or have all the answers. It means you're comfortable in your skin even if others judge you. When you're desperate, you care too much about what others think. You tie your worth to their opinions. Confidence flips this. It says, I'm okay even if you don't approve. That's freedom. And freedom is attractive. You can practice this every single day. Start by observing your thoughts. When you notice a craving for attention or reassurance, pause, breathe deeply, remind yourself, I am enough. I am complete. Repeat it until you feel grounded. Then take deliberate action to reinforce this feeling. Maybe it's spending time alone doing something you love without distraction. Maybe it's setting healthy boundaries in conversations so you don't overextend yourself just to please others. These small acts build your confidence brick by brick. And here's a practical exercise. For 1 week, try limiting how often you reach out first in conversations. Don't fill every silence with messages or calls. Instead, wait and see what happens. This will challenge your need to seek constant approval and push you to build patience and self-assurance. You'll learn that your value isn't tied to how often you hear from someone else. You are steady, you are whole, regardless. Remember, desperation often comes from fear. Fear of being alone, fear of rejection, fear that you're not enough. The Stoics teach us to face fear head-on. Wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this, you have the power to revoke at any moment. You have the power to change your story. You have the power to stop letting fear run the show. The real power lies in knowing your worth before anyone else confirms it. It's a calm, quiet strength that women see without you saying a word. When you carry yourself with this kind of confidence, you stop seeming creepy and start seeming compelling. You become the man who doesn't need to prove himself because he already knows who he is. So start today. Look inward. Challenge your neediness. Build your confidence like it's the most valuable thing you own, because it is. You deserve to feel steady, secure, and magnetic no matter your age or circumstance. This isn't just about attraction, it's about freedom. Freedom to be yourself fully without the weight of desperation dragging you down. You've got this, now go own it. Number 3, lack of emotional self-control and inappropriate reactions. You might not realize it, but how you handle your emotions plays a massive role in how others, especially women, perceive you. When emotions run wild, when you lose control, react impulsively, or let frustration spill over, it doesn't just make you seem off, it pushes people away. And yes, it can cross the line into what women find creepy. Here's the hard truth. Emotional self-control is more than just a nice-to-have. It's a foundational part of how you show up in the world. The Stoics understood this deeply. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." If you want to avoid creeping people out, you need to master yourself first. Think about your last emotional flare-up. Maybe you got defensive over a small comment, or your tone shifted unexpectedly during a conversation. Maybe you interrupted or laughed too loudly at the wrong moment. These little moments add up. They tell a story, one that screams unstable or unpredictable. And unpredictability isn't attractive, it's unsettling. When you lack emotional self-control, it feels like there's a wild card in the room. It creates distance, because people instinctively protect themselves from emotional volatility. You have the power to change this. It starts with awareness. You have to catch yourself before the emotional reaction explodes. The Stoics teach us to pause and reflect before reacting. Wrote, "When angry, count 10 before you speak. If very angry, 100. This isn't about bottling up your feelings. It's about choosing your response with intention. You get to decide what kind of energy you bring to the table. Here, where you start. Next time you feel a surge of emotion, slow down, take a deep breath. Literally inhale deeply and let it out slowly. This simple act interrupts your automatic reaction. It gives you a moment to reset. Use that pause to ask yourself, will my reaction serve me or hurt me? Often the answer is clear. If you can't answer right away, that's okay. Just hold back. Say nothing until you've had a moment to think. Another game changer is practicing journaling. Each evening, jot down moments when your emotions got the better of you. What triggered you? How did you respond? Were your reactions appropriate or did they push people away? Be brutally honest but kind to yourself. This isn't about guilt, it's about growth. Over time, you'll notice patterns. You'll start seeing where you tend to lose control and can prepare for those moments. Remember, emotional self-control isn't about becoming robotic or emotionally numb. It's about becoming emotionally intelligent. It's about recognizing your feelings, understanding them, and then channeling them in ways that build connection, not walls. The Stoics teach us to accept what we feel but not be ruled by it. You can feel anger without letting it own you. You can feel disappointment without shutting down. This skill doesn't just improve your relationships. It boosts your confidence because you're no longer a hostage to your mood swings. Try this exercise before reacting to anything, whether it's a joke, a critique, or a sudden change of plans. Pause and name the emotion you're feeling. Say it mentally. I'm feeling frustrated, or I'm feeling embarrassed. Numbing the emotion gives it less power. It creates distance between you and the raw feeling. That distance lets you respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When you start controlling your emotional responses, you'll notice a shift. People feel safer around you. Women, in particular, pick up on this calm steadiness. It's not about being perfect or emotionless. It's about showing up as someone who's balanced, mature, and trustworthy. And that's the opposite of creepy. That's attractive. So take this as your call to action. Become the master of your emotions. Build the habit of pausing. Reflect on your reactions daily. Use breathing and journaling to train your mind. Lean into Stoic wisdom when things get tough. With practice, you'll not only stop being that guy who comes off as creepy, but you'll become a man who commands respect and genuine connection. And isn't that worth it? You have everything you need. It's just a matter of choosing to step into that control, that calm, that power today. Thanks for watching. Remember, awareness is the first step toward genuine connection. If you found value in understanding these subtle but powerful dynamics, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more insights grounded in timeless Stoic wisdom. Drop your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. Stay confident, stay authentic, and keep growing. Until next time, embrace the present with calm and clarity.